And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, the Busch Guy.
Daytona! Are you ready? Drivers, start your engines!
The command has been given. Let's crack them up.
Just a quick look at the stages before we drop the green flag today. Lap 12 is the end of stage 1, and lap 31 is the end of stage 2. And then it's a run to the checkered flag at lap 60. Field 2x2 off of turn number 4. Chastain and Bell, the front row, they're looking to the starter stand. They're looking for the green flag. We're waiting, we've got it, we're green on the backstretch at Daytona. Nice start by Ross Chastain. Got a bit of an advantage off of turn number 2. Under braking though, Christopher Bell lines him right back up, and oh man, Chase Elliott is right there as well. Really close quarters racing there off of turn number 4. Chase Elliott looks to the inside, but he's going to get back in line. Jimmy Johnson, Stenhouse, and Truex having a nice battle just inside the top 5 as well. And right now it almost looks like Chase Elliott is pushing Chastain down the backstretch. Bell is not going away, and there's almost contact right there between Chastain and Elliott. But they're going to keep it pointing in the right direction. We're still pointing in the right direction. Into turn 1. Still side by side for the lead into turn 3, and they're still side by side further back. Truex to the inside of Stenhouse. Chase Elliott in 3rd right now. I feel like he's sitting in the catbird seat if these two make a mistake. But so are Truex and Stenhouse. They are in a nice spot as well. They got a front row seat to this battle for the lead. And into turn number 3, Christopher Bell slams the door. He has got the lead himself. Off turn 4, white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. And now it looks like Chastain may be in trouble as Chase Elliott's charging to his back bumper. Down the back stretch, Logano puts Truex wide. Logano's going to try and get the 4th spot away from him, as Chase Elliott's going to try and get the 2nd spot away from Chastain. But off to number 4, nobody's going to be able to catch Christopher Bell. He wins stage 1 here on the backstretch at Daytona. Christopher Bell wins stage 1, Chastain is 2nd, Elliott is 3rd, Truex 4th, and Joey Logano finished the top 5. The rest of the top 10, Buescher, Johnson, Briscoe, Blaney, and Daniel Suarez. There will be 14 laps to the end of stage number 2. Into the restart zone, they're looking for the green flag. We've got it, and we're green. What a restart by Chastain on the outside line. He leads into turn 1. They're about even off of turn number 2. And it's a full-blown hornet's nest back there. 3 wide further back in the pack. Into turn 3. Inside line with the advantage. Christopher Bell surging forward. But Chastain's going to rally back on the outside. Chase Elliott, Truex have got their differences sorted out for 3rd and 4th. For 5th, though, it's the Penske teammates. Blaney pushing Logano up the track as, oh, that's David Reagan going around. David Reagan spins off of turn number 2. Looking at the starter stand, we are still green. No caution yet. The 60 has got back going, and we may encounter him as a slow car unless he comes to pit road. Let's take a quick look and see what happened to David Reagan. Just got a little bit loose there. Man, he just got pushed around there. I mean, he's trying to hold that inside line. Couldn't really quite do it. And man, around he goes. Good call by NASCAR though. Good call not throwing the yellow just immediately. No debris. One car, single car spin. He got that going. That was a good call. So we got another crash. Oh, and we got a big crash. I think that's Logano. Logano has got a ton of damage to the front of his car. So is Bubba Wallace. And this one is going to bring out the caution. And we got a couple of cars really torn up as they got together off of turn number 4. Oh, it's contact with McDowell. Oh, and then Bubba spins. I think that was Van Gisbergen that got into the back of Bubba as he was checking up, trying to miss the whole thing. Take a look at this again from a different angle. Oh, it wasn't Van Gisbergen. That was Tyler Reddick. His teammate got into his quarter panel there and spun him around. Another look here at the Logano impact. Man, that's a big hit. Right at the tire barriers. That's going to take a minute to clean up. A lot of damage to that 22 car. He is going to be out of the race. I suspect Bubba is out of the race as well. And Van Gisbergen and Reddick also involved in some capacity in that wreck as well. Road is open, and this time the leaders are coming down pit road. Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, and Truex, the front three onto the pit lane. Nobody inside the top 10 is going to stay out here, so everybody's coming in. Everybody's going to try and be on the same strategy here. Going to put a lot of focus now on the exit of pit road. Who wins this race off of pit road? It's going to be 4 tire stops across the board. Pack these cars full of fuel. Right now, Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott absolutely dead even, identical stops. Chastain with a little bit of a slow stop there. Truex gets by him. Blaney looking to almost get by him there on exit. So the top 5 off pit road is Bell, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, and Ryan Blaney. Pace cars back off. Fields 2x2. Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, the front row. It's going to be a 4-lap dash to the end of stage 2. Green flag is in the air. Here we go. Back into turn 1. Side by side for the lead and 3 wide behind him. Huge dive bomb by Blaney. He's looking for the 3rd spot. Hard on the brakes again into turn 3. Bell on the inside. Leaning on Chase Elliott, trying to get him to lift. They stay door to door. They're still 3 wide behind this. Blaney on the inside, Truex in the middle. Chastain way on the outside. You don't want to be out there. That's basically no man's land. Off turn 2. Still side by side for the lead. I'd give the advantage to Blaney as they head into the turn number 3. Battle for 3rd nearly sorted out. Blaney almost clear of Truex. 2 laps to go in stage number 2. These guys are racing really, really hard. They want that track position when we freeze the field at the end of this stage. Truex on the outside of Blaney. Further back, it's 3 wide. Chris Buescher way to the bottom. Suarez in the middle. Chastain on the outside still. He is dropping like a rock. White flag. 1 lap to go in stage number 2. Throw a blanket over the top 4. Throw a blanket over the top 7 or 8 cars. Up front, they're still side by side. Nobody giving an inch. Hard on the brakes. Cranks the wheel to the left. Blaney looking in third, but it's going to be settled between these top two, side by side, all the way to the checkered flag. Oh, Chase Elliott! Chase Elliott gets to the line first. Bell is second, Blaney is third, Truex fourth, and Buescher gets fifth. The rest of the top 10, Suarez, Chastain, Keselowski, Johnson, and Hamlin. How about that drag race? All the way to the green and white checkered flag. We gotta look at this again. You see into turn 3, Chase Elliott gets the advantage under braking. Bell fights back, then it's side by side, and it's just, oh man, Chase Elliott gets the stage. What a finish. Chase Elliott wins the stage, and now he is the control car for when we get going in stage number 3. How important is that? Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, the front row. A little bit of a sweep swap here. Chase Elliott has got the inside line. Bell is back on the outside. Into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Here we go. Back racing at Daytona. Clean getaway here by the front 5 or so cars. Off of turn 4, leaning on each other. Blaney was looking to the inside. He's still looking to the inside as they come down the stretch. But Blaney's going to get back in line in third as we got a caution and we got a car on the wall. It is Stenhouse. Stenhouse is spun. Bubba is involved maybe as well again. Hard to tell, that car already had damage on it. But now Stenhouse has shortened up the back of his car. This happened at the very, very back of the field. Oh, it's Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon gets into the 47, spins him around, and he backs it into the tire barrier. And he may have left some debris behind, so the caution comes out almost immediately. We got one lap. We got one lap in there, and that was all she wrote. So we're gonna go back under the caution flag, and we're gonna try this again. There we go, lights are off on the pace car. 19 laps to go now, so when we go green, it will be 18 laps to go in the race. Let's do things a little differently on this restart. Side by side, Chase Elliott and Blaney. Let's crank it up for this restart. Blaney goes around. Blaney gets tagged. He went around right in front of the field. Oh my goodness, and we're back under the caution flag. Man, oh man. That could have been so much worse. He got turned. He was running, I think, 4th or 5th when that happened. Taking a look at the replay here. Oh, they were 4 wide almost. Off of the corner, it was Busch that got into him. Johnson maybe with some damage. And maybe a couple other cars with damage just from the stack up. But really, everybody got woed up pretty quickly and didn't have too big of a incident there. That could have been so much worse. It looked like such a strong race for Blaney. He had been able to carve his way up through the field. Was definitely in a good position on that restart, but man, again, everybody's fighting for the same piece of real estate. Everybody wants the bottom of the racetrack, so when you're on the outside, you're racing so much more aggressively because you're fighting for that bottom of the racetrack. And those guys on the bottom, they aren't going to give it to you. They're just going to lean over and hand you the spot. field. It's 2x2 off of turn number 4 once again. It's going to be 12 laps to go this time by. A bit more of a dash and a sprint this time. Green flag is in the air. Here we go, and Bell does not get away well. Chase Elliott to the lead into turn 1. Suarez was all over the back bumper of Bell, really peppering that back bumper, trying to get him to move, and so far it's worked. Back to the inside, nosing ahead. Man, look at that power to the lead, Christopher Bell. Ten laps to go. This time by, it's hard to look away from the battles at the back of this field because they are going at it. But up front, Suarez to the inside of Bell. Got to his back bumper, moved him up the racetrack. Oh, but under braking, Bell once again. Maybe has it clear. No! Suarez to the inside, dead even off of turn 4. And look just behind them, Chastain. He's not just entered the top 5, he's back up to 3rd. The Trackhouse cars are on the march with just 9 laps to go. Big wiggle there for Chase Elliott. He washes up the racetrack. He's going to be outside the top 5, as now you've got Bell fighting for his life. They're leaning on each other. Suarez has a nose out front as Keselowski bounces the wall. 3 wide behind this, Briscoe to the inside of Truex and Chase Elliott, but we can't look away from this battle for the lead. Daniel Suarez on the brakes with the inside line. Bell pedaling. Can't do it. Suarez clear the lead with 7 laps to go. Chastain now in the catbird seat as the bumper gets put to Suarez. Hamlin way on the inside there. Oh, that might have been Kyle Busch, who got way off. He saves it. That was nearly a big wreck there for Kyle Busch. As they come back to the stripe, 2 laps to go. The last thing Suarez wants to see right now is a caution. The battling is absolutely insane back there outside the top 10, but right now, Suarez just wants to see one thing and one thing only, and that's the white flag, and he's going to get it. White flag, 1 lap to go here at Daytona. On the brakes. No mistakes here from Suarez. He can't make a slip up. Bell is desperately hoping for a slip up. One last chance into turn number 3. Can he use the bumper? Bell closing. He's almost there, but off turn 4. Daniel Suarez wins at Daytona. Daniel Suarez wins the Busch Light battle at the backstretch. A hard-fought battle with Christopher Bell in a car that looked oh so dominant in the first half of this race. Winds up second as both of the Trackhouse cars wind up in the top 3. Wow. A flurry of yellows and restarts really hindered Bell at the end of that race. Really just put him in a bad position. But it really came down to Suarez just making that move down the inside on the bottom of the racetrack. He rooted Bell out of the way, got to the lead, and never looked back.